Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from beautiful, sunshiny San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Do what you can with what you got. Do what you can with what you got. You know, a lot of people who have a heart to help others actually rob others in their life of what they have inside them because they believe that they have to have arrived and be walking in the perfection of that discipline, idea, ideal, or value in order to encourage and inspire other people. If that was the prerequisite requirement for an individual stepping into the role of encourager, then nobody, and I mean nobody, would be qualified ever to encourage, inspire, or motivate anyone, because nobody has arrived. The only people who have arrived, unfortunately, are in a wooden box, buried 6 feet beneath the earth. Until you arrive at that place, you are constantly in process. There is a constant process. There is a process of development and growth and focus, which is a direction and a path that we are all on. If you wait to inspire, motivate, lead, encourage others until you have perfected whatever it is that's important to you, you will remain silent for the rest of your life. You will be like a Christmas gift wrapped up under the tree, only good to be stared at, never releasing what's inside to be a blessing to other people. You've got to do what you can with what you've got, where you are. And let me tell you something fascinating and encouraging. You know, there's a lot of people, you guys are going to love when my book comes out, because it's revealing the Father, nature, heart of our good Lord. It's amazing stuff. I'm very excited about it. When you have a misperception of Him, it challenges and changes your entire life and way of thinking and the way that you show up in life. Many people don't know this. There's a lot of people that are afraid of the good Lord in an unhealthy way. Fear of the Lord is one thing. Being afraid is a different thing, and I'll explain that further at another time. But many people don't realize this. When people are struggling to do the right thing, it's not the fear of judgment or getting beat up that moves someone to permanent change. You know, there's actually a verse in the Bible that says, "Foolish people, don't you know that it's God's kindness that makes men want to change and be better?" It's because He's so ridiculously good to us when we are ridiculously crazy and off course that it makes us want to snap out of it and get better at what we do and who we are. So using that as a principle, would you like to fast track your life of faith, encouragement, inspiration, hope to other people? Well, then start pouring it out to other people. You see, what will happen is a dissonance will occur in your spirit that says, if I'm not practicing what I'm preaching, I'm a fake and a hypocrite, and you will be so guilty that you won't be able to maintain that hypocrisy, and you will get better at what you're doing and what you're saying. Do you see? There's a power in you releasing that. So you've got to give what you have where you are. You've got to share what's inside you now on the path. It's just like John Maxwell. Everybody knows who John Maxwell is. He's a leadership author, and he is the primary voice of leadership in the world at this time, in this generation. And he says he reflects back on the original. He's written like 50, 60 books. He reflects back on his first few books and he thinks, oh my goodness gracious, what was I thinking back then? And yet he recognizes that's part of the process. Each book he writes is an unfolding development of his personal growth and experience that allows people to enjoy a different level of understanding that he did not possess when he was there. Think about this. If John Maxwell had waited until he figured it all out or thought he had it figured out to write his first book, he probably still would not have written one book. He was faithful with the little. Now he's faithful with much. He gave what he had where he was on the path to where he is today. So my encouragement to you is simply this. If you have lived on this life more than, a few years, you have a word of encouragement inside you. You have a word of inspiration inside you. You have something that can lift someone up and help them through. If you are waiting until you feel like you've got it all figured out, to actually release that, you will never release it. You will be that Christmas present under the tree that sits there all cute and pretty with a little bow on you and not do a dadgum thing because you feel like you have to be perfected before you can release that. You do not. You have to have the right motive. What is your motive? Is your motive to encourage, inspire, uplift? Then release what you have. Give what you have where you are on the path to where you're going, because the more you give, the more you use it, the bigger it grows. You guys have a great Sunday.